Welcome.
Welcome to another episode.
Our Naked Truth in the house. It is your girl Koya, aka Naomi.
And Rebecca, aka
Lola. Oh, was you thinking about changing your name?
No.
You was,
I was been
you was looking like you was oh, you forgot? Lola gotta get out some more then. You have
Lola's been busy.
Lola has been busy, honey, getting that money, chasing the bag. So that's what you've been up to?
Yeah. Busy with everything. Work, making
Work.
A
Work.
Are those the words? I only know
Sounds like it.
in that song. I don't know any other words in there.
Sounds legit to me. Work.
Just work, girl, work. And then, checking things out. Things come across. A lot of crazy shit has been happening around here. Not even around here, just stuff coming up on social media. But is it fake news or is it real news? Sometimes you gotta think. I think it's real on some stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
It's like going abroad.
It's getting more scary. Like having to check your circle and seeing who you with and if they're really legit your friends or like the Shanquella, that's how you say her name, the Shanquella thing is like everywhere. And it is.
You asked me the very first time you saw me if I heard about it.
So like, have you heard about that? Because I literally cannot go on anything without seeing her name and images of her and hearing her story. It's very scary. And I've always, I haven't been able to travel abroad yet, but I was like, I want to start, but do I do it by myself? And I've been scared to go by myself, but now it's like, who are you really going with? Because it's been several cases. Hers is not the first.
No, it's like the one I told you about, that Asian guy that's recently who went to Colombia.
Yeah.
And he got jacked and they found his body.
That is crazy. Super scary.
But this is the same thing with both stories. I think both of them went with friends. They didn't go alone.
Yeah. Where you're supposed to be safe and looked after. That's the whole point of having a crew with you. But for those of y'all, I'm pretty sure everyone has heard the Shanquella story. It was a young lady that went to Mexico with some friends. It was 2 other girls and 2 other guys, I believe. It was like, I think so, maybe 3 guys, 2. It was like 3 guys, 3 girls, because it was 6 of them. And they were all just friends. And I saw she's dead. Like, they said that it was alcohol poison. They called her family, it was like she didn't wake up. It was alcohol poison. But then when the autopsy report came back, it was saying that she had damage to her neck, to her head, like she experienced some type of trauma. And then after the autopsy report, boom, a video surfaced now. So somebody shares the video of whoever was doing the recording, one of the guy friends. She's naked, and this girl is fighting her. And I'm like, why is she naked? Like, why is she the only person with no clothes on? And you're fighting this girl. And then the guy that's recording, supposedly her friend, is like, why won't you fight back?
Yeah,
At least fight back.
Separate them. Separate the
Yeah,
girl.
and there is no way in the hell that you are my girl, and I'm finna let somebody put paws on you.
Yeah,
and I'm just I'm finna break. It's not gonna even happen. Like, you're not gonna even they're not gonna even get to touch you. I mean, y'all make it a hit. You can have a heated argument, but to just let it go.
Yeah,
like, that girl
that
swung her around, kicked her, and he was like, fight back. And the girl's Shanquella, she said no. So I'm like, did y'all drug her? What did y'all do to where she was kind of like out of it? She did not want to fight and she didn't have on any clothes. Like,
or she was defending herself too of something.
What is the full story? Like, why was this girl not clothed?
Did they say anything about taking the witnesses in when it was recording?
We don't know anything. I saw that somebody made a post saying that the girl that was fighting her, that was assaulting her, it was supposed to be going live to tell her story. But it's like it happened in Mexico. So they would have to have them go back there and do the whole thing. And I hope y'all get sent back there and have to be in one of the Mexican jails. Because that's going to be something for your ass.
But I'm just surprised that she was going to have a chance to tell her side of the story, the one that was assaulting her.
Like, she's free. Like, all of them are just at home right now, chilling.
Wow.
Yeah. They just chilling. So it's like right now, I guess it's an open investigation. Now that they see the autopsy report, I don't know why they haven't immediately been forced to go back to Mexico and look more into. I don't even know the full story. I probably should research and do more, but I just haven't looked that deep into it. But it's just one of the things that made me think like. This is why I'm cool with outgrowing friendships. I don't stay tied to something. I don't let time make me be a prison sentence to a friendship. I don't care if you was my friend since 6th grade. If I feel the energy is off, I can still love you, wish you well. I'm not wishing any bad on you. But if we are growing apart, I'm going to separate myself from that. I think we got to be mindful of that. That it's okay to grow out of, you're going to grow out of relationships. That's friendships, family, all of that. If we're not evolving together, there's room for envy, there's room for jealousy, there's room for something like this to take place.
Yeah.
And don't feel like you owe anybody to be friends to them just because they've been
my friend for so many years.
And we went through but it's over with now. It's like they serve their purpose. Like people are in your life for a season, and I think this is just a reminder to not force anything. Don't force something. When you get a sign that it's over and that it's no longer serving you or you're no longer serving them, it's okay to walk away from it. You've done your due diligence already. Yes, new friends. This is why I always welcome new friends. Like people like, oh, my circle been the same. Good for you. Yeah. One of y'all probably ain't evolving, or luckily y'all evolving together.
Yeah.
But people will also try to make you feel bad for having new friends.
I always meet new people. I don't think I have the same friend group. I know for sure high school friend group has changed. And my grown-up friends, being a grown woman, they're all different. They're everywhere. California, Arizona. Still here in Texas, New York. I have friends in all different parts of this country. So I don't think, and that's why I always say, I don't think it's, I've always said I never got along with a lot of girls. I just don't trust. I don't trust a lot of people.
But it was like even guys there.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say. That it's not even just happening to a girl. You would think, oh man, that's a girl. Because I know I want to travel, and I always told you I'm going to go by myself. Everyone's invited that I tell, but if you're not going to go, then I'm going to go by myself. But now even this, I know for sure my husband won't let me go. He gets freaked out. Like he's seen videos where girls who go out with other girls to other countries for girls trip. And then there's recording where some of them are missing, just like a long, I can't remember, it's been years and years, where that one girl went on I think it was a school trip. It was a Caucasian woman. She was a teenager, and she came out missing, and they still never found her.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember the name, but it's like he's showed pictures. He's like, look, this lady and her friends went to Brazil. Look what happened to her. She got taken just right on the side of the street.
But even just like here, like just going anywhere. You know,
like that one I told you about, that lady from, I think she was from Dallas, that went to Arizona to meet a guy, turned out to be a cop. She went onto the mountain hiking with him. Something happened, she came missing. He's like, I don't know where she went. She was right behind me, and I don't know where she went. And then they find her later on.
Like even if she was falling and she was right behind you, you would have heard her scream or something. Like you should have heard something like rocks falling, like something to indicate that she was no longer there. She wasn't close by anymore.
And I need to look more into that to see exactly what happened.
So what is
because
the
it's
other
been
story?
a while. The other one is just recently, just like this story, an Asian guy who went to Colombia, and he hooked up with someone on Tinder, and they have him on video with that girl leaving the bar, and then all of a sudden 2 hours later they found his body, and his stuff was all taken. Everything was taken from him. They're trying to get his body back from Colombia to bring it back home right now.
Oh, that's another thing. Like I think her body is still in Mexico. Because she gotta go through the whole investigation, and
parents can't even see them or bury them right or anything. It just scares you. It scares me because I have a son who is in that stage of wanting to travel because he's at school, spring break and summer vacation, and his group of friends they go to Europe, they go to Mexico and all this, and he's like, Mom, Mexico's safe, because he's asked me before, could I go to Mexico? And I'm like, no. It's because even the story, that was back then, and then his story scared me then. Yeah. He's like, I'm a guy, no one does anything to guys. Girls would do something to guys just so they know what you have.
Like that guy that went to the lake or something, and he just ended up drowning, and they said that it was. Some people said that they feel like it was some foul play, but it's a guy that got killed by a cute little dainty white girl, this black dude, and she killed him. So it's like, you are not untouchable just because you're a male. Like, if somebody want to get you, they can get you. And I'm not going to even lie. Like, I've even said, like, I may not be able to whoop your ass, like, to a guy. Like, thankfully, I haven't been in a domestic violence relationship, but when I was in a toxic relationship that was unhealthy, I was like, I may not be able to whoop your ass, but I can kill you. Yeah. Anybody can kill if they want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't think that you're untouchable. Don't think you can put your hands on me and I'm not going to come after you. Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I can whoop your ass because I probably can't. But if I was like J-Lo, you know, what was the movie? Enough, I guess. But it's like,
where she took a box.
Yeah, she like whooped his ass. Yes. Yeah. I'm sure if I took some classes, I could whoop that ass. But right now, I can't. But what I can do is take you up out of here. Yeah. One way or the other, some kind of way. It's not hard. So,
how does that make you feel though? Because like do you feel like you want to still travel because of something like this, or does it scare you?
I mean, tragedy happens in life. I definitely still want to travel, but it just makes me be more mindful and trust my gut instinct when it comes to friendships. It just, to me, validated the way that I've been moving was good. Yeah. Like if somebody, I don't even people that just stopped dealing with me, if you didn't have the decency to have a conversation with me and be like, hey, this is what's going on, and you just wrote me off, whether it's something you heard from somebody else or if I even did something, I'm not coming to you, I'm not chasing after you, I'm not putting you out in the streets, but I just keep it moving, because to me that's the indication you didn't value the friendship too much because you don't even have the decency to talk to me and have a conversation. So I think with me tiptoeing into 40, I've been made to feel like I'm a bad person for being so quick to write people off, to not want to talk things out. And yes, I had a conversation on Monday and like, you know, it's good. Yeah, I do need to talk some things out. But after we had the conversation, if shit still ain't vibing, and so to me, this just...
At least you tried.
Yeah, to me, this just confirms keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. It's okay to have new friends because, like I said, they try to make you feel like it's something wrong with you. If you don't have the same circle of friends, you always got new friends, there's something wrong with you. No, I'm just evolving at a different pace than my circle, and that's just what it is. And I keep moving. I don't think... I'm a very firm believer that everybody has a season in your life. Yeah. Not everybody is around for forever.
Yeah. You meet new people because you're growing. You surround your new environments, you meet new people. Yeah. And it's like when we go out somewhere, we end up talking to somebody and you bring new relations. So I don't think nothing's wrong with that either. But it does, if after hearing the story after you told me, it did make me think. Because I do want to go to other places. I don't think it'll keep me from going anywhere. I think it would just be, like you said, mindful. Yeah, what am I doing? Who am I leaving? Who am I talking? Like if I'm talking, let's say like if you weren't with me, I leave you say, hey, I'm going to this place right now, leaving, taking pictures, you know, leaving breadcrumbs. Yeah. So there's always something. Or it was being with somebody with me. Yeah. Like if I just met somebody and I'm not really like cool with them, you know, like, well, first of all, I wouldn't invite that person to go with me anyways. I don't know.
I mean, it's like you still have to live your life. Yeah. Like you can't let fear bottle you in. Like you still have to live your life. I think you hear stuff like this to make you be more aware, because sometimes you just get comfortable and just don't be as cautious and paying attention. Yeah, you just kind of let your guard down a little bit too much. And I think unfortunately stories like this remind you like, oh, it is fucked up people out here, and I don't need to be naive. It's because I can be very naive. Like I don't even want to use the word naive, but when I'm out, I'm very social, especially when I done had a couple of drinks. I can be in your face, I can talk, and you know. So it just reminds me still to be like, always still be cautious. Don't be too trusting with nobody. No matter how long you know someone. I'm pretty sure it was some type of indicator. It had to have been something. I was so badly want to know, like, what was it to make you even attack this girl like this? Like, and why did no one do anything? It's almost like all of y'all was plotting against her because no one did anything. And why would you record her being butt ass naked, being attacked? Like, girl, I would like be like right now if that was my how? First of all, the friends coming back without my child.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how I would spaz out on these kids. But they ain't even kids, they're young adults. So I would really
I was still
clank, clank, block.
yeah.
Yeah, like I would be ready for prison. Something just ain't adding up. And especially right now, you free, you able to tell your story. As a parent, I would have went fucking ballistic. Especially how this video is surfacing. This bitch would be blacked out.
But still,
Damn
even if she has a story, but
she would not be able to
she's
tell it
dead,
right now.
the girl that they were throwing around, she's gone. What do you
What
have
do
to
you
protect
have to
yourself?
say?
What do you, exactly?
What do you have to say?
That's in your defeat, because obviously you were the one that was taking action when she was trying to defend herself.
I would have been on hunt the whole crew down. I just can't even speak on camera.
That's
the
just
craziness that I would have done to all of them. What I would have rolled up and done right now.
That's what took me to surprise when Niat said that they were standing around and recording it, but they were her friends. Like, were they really her friends? Or they were someone that like, oh, you know, we don't like her, let's befriend her, kind of a thing. Because there's some bullies out there.
Yeah. They said one of the guys packed up her stuff and sent it to the mom. Took it to the house. Like they hurry up and left Mexico and brought the things to the mom's house. But you like
they took everything.
I wonder who did they must have he must have one of the guys who did the recording must have shared the video with somebody, and somebody else is how the video is out there. So like you was not even a friend. He probably immediately regretted sharing that video with somebody as to why I was able to surface. Because I know he didn't put it out there. Because look at you looking like a fucking coward and not a friend too. You should be an accessory to murder. And
all of them would if they're standing around.
All of them
standing around and recording. All of them would be like that. So I remember there was another story about there were kids, high school kids, and the guy, the kid that was recording the whole fight, and one had got injured because he was stabbed. All of them, they said all the kids who were standing and who didn't try to stop it, or the ones who were really recording it, were the ones that were going to be also charged. Because instead of doing something about it, calling a teacher or anything, they were recording the whole thing. So it was an accomplice.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm surprised that these people were out there and be able to tell a story. That's where I'm shocked. I mean, it's a whole lot going on there that's shocked about everything, but to have them get a chance to say their story when obviously it's on camera that you're the one that putting your hands up.
So what are some of the things that you look for, like with red flags? Like what'll be the conversation, like you said with your son, excuse me, I think that champagne is causing me to burp. But it's like, you know, my kids, like Chloe just asked to go out of town for Thanksgiving. And I was like, no, we're just going to pause on that for a quick second. But I go, what is it, the conversation that you feel like we need to have with our children? Or something with yourself, like the red flags to try to prevent something like this? To know what your true friends in your circle are.
That's hard because he just went on a trip to Sedona with their fraternity. And when he called me, he's like, oh, by the way, we're going... here
he's grown,
he's 20. But it don't matter now. Look at these people are getting hurt.
Exactly. But it's like he's not able to check in with you.
But he still does. He's half Mexican. Yeah. He will check in.
You better check in. But I'm saying like how he was like, by the way, I'm there.
Yeah,
instead of getting permission.
Yeah. He didn't need my permission. He was just letting me know. That's the same thing I do when I was younger, and I let my mom know. Hey, Mom, I'm going here. And she was like, I don't think that's a good idea. It's like, I know, Mom, I respect it, but I'm going to give you all the information we're going to be at so you'll feel safe, and I'll keep in contact with you. When I told my son that, I was like, okay, and this is what I told him. I was like, I need the suspects' names who are going to be in the vehicle with you. He's like, suspects? I go, if something happens, they're suspects.
Yeah.
I was like, I need location, and he sent me the coordinates to where they were going to be at because it was out in the mountains and in the, with forest and everything. So, there was no, he's like, Mom, I don't know the exact address. I can just give you the coordinates. I was like, okay. And he gave me the guys' names who were with him. And the names, he told me two of the names, which made me like, Ethan, are you sure is this a good idea? And he's like, what do you mean? It's like, I know you have bad history with them for the first semester of school, last semester. So you see my concerns.
With the frat, like they like to get wasted and do.
And they do a lot of soul searching.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're gonna call it. A lot of soul searching. I was like, and do things.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's why I'm asking. He's like, Mom, I'm not your kid anymore. I'm like, I know you're not a child, but whenever you have kids, you're gonna understand. you're gonna, I go, what if I went somewhere with some friends and then I didn't come home with my friends? And you're gonna be like, well, who was mom with?
You would know.
He's like, Mom, but I would trust you wouldn't be going through. I go, but that's not the thing. What if I didn't come home and somebody was there? I was like, and I'm trying to be careful about it because it's, they said that you don't want to play tricks. And then you don't want to manipulate your kid's mind and trick them or whatever. But I had to ask that because of the history. And I'm like, is it a good idea? It's like, are you taking your car? And he's like, no, Mom, I'm not taking my car. And I'm like, who's driving? He would tell me everything. And I didn't contact him like, how are you doing this morning? Which I did last night.
Right.
I told him, I just want you to call me. You can do it on the down low. Just call me and say, hey, Mom, we're texting. Take a picture. And he did. He will send me like 8 pictures of his locations. And he sent surroundings where the sun is pointing at the time of the day. Like, everything had a reason. And I don't care. People can laugh and be like, oh, you have your son doing this and that. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, I really don't care. You can laugh, you can make fun. I don't care. This is my only child.
Yeah.
And so that was a red sign when I'm like, you're going with the guys who y'all had a bad falling out. But he's like, he's like, Mom, it's not even like that anymore. We have a deep conversation and we're really, really good friends. He's like, but I do stay cautious of people still. And it's like, okay. I was like, that's all I can do is trust you. That's all I can do. And if things work, just call me when you get back. And he did. He texted me without me telling you anything. He's like, hey, Mom, we made it back. My phone died. If you try to call me then. My phone died in the car. Everyone has their charging, and I didn't have mine. It's only a 3-hour drive. So it wasn't a long drive. But that was one of them. That was one because you hear too many stories and like kids get left behind.
Yeah.
Something happened to them. Or if he comes back mentally distraught, what happened, what went down, exactly. So that
even just being out and about at home, like me and my kids are each other's safe haven, and people I've let my kids know who I'm with, where I'm going, not every detail, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to go have drinks, I'm with such and such, and I especially me being single and when I'm dating, I let every guy know that my kids know where I'm at, and they not only know where I'm at, they know who I'm with, and 9 times out of 10 they're gonna FaceTime so we can see your face too, because if anything happens, who is going, where's the trail to say, okay, this is where my mom was at, this is who she was with, this is where they said they was going, they can see my location, I can see theirs, and I think it's important, I can't be like, oh, well, I'm grown, I don't have to tell you, because it make them trust me to do the same thing with me. It's reciprocated, because I trust them, and they see it's coming from a loving place, and it's like a genuine concern. Like, I think you still have to be just as cautious in home, because I don't know if you remember, it was a black girl went to like a sleepover in McKinney with all these white girls and ended up being hung in a garage or something. And I'm like, I still don't even know what happened with that. Like, did y'all do anything with these ladies? What is the investigation with this? And this is here in McKinney, Texas. And I'm like, I don't even know if any of them have even been charged, but how the fuck is somebody? I'm like, that's crazy. So if you're gonna know where I'm at and who I'm with, and I talk to them, I like for having my iPhone because we do FaceTime 9 times out of 10. When we're away, we FaceTime. We don't even talk over the phone. It is a FaceTime to see how I'm looking, and I do that on purpose. I need to see, are you in your right state of mind? If you look a little inebriated, let me see let me see your surroundings and behind you and what's going on. Like, it's intentional. And my kids are the same way. They're gonna FaceTime me to see how I am and what's going on. I think it's important that we do that.
Yeah, it is. And some people think that it's overbearing, but it's really not overbearing, and I can really not care what they say. When Ethan was younger, he stayed at a friend's house and he called. He's like, hey, Mom, I don't feel comfortable here. So did something happen? And he's like, no. It's like, do you want me to go pick you up? He's like, yeah. So it's like, and I'm having him on the phone. I'm getting in the car right now. Stay on the phone with me. I was like, did someone do something? He's like, no, nobody did anything. They're really nice. I just don't feel comfortable I'm here.
Like, my time is up. I've been over.
So I'm like, okay, I'll go get you. I get him. His friends question, why did you leave? Why are you leaving? And he's like, oh, I don't feel well. I don't feel well. And, the parents would call too and say, is everything okay with him? Nothing was going on. And I go, no, everything's good. It's like, he wasn't feeling like he was ready to come home. And it's like, and I've told him that anytime he feels ill or he's ready to come, he can just give me a call and I go grab him. And they're like, oh, well, we just want to make sure he's okay. but he knows, he feels it. He's like, I feel it. If I feel like something's off, I won't be there.
Yeah, trust the energies. Energy doesn't lie.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. It's been times with Chloe or Baby, it's like I want to come home, and I immediately I'm on the way to come and get you.
Yeah.
It's no, you don't need a reason. I would never force my kid to stay away from the house. I don't care if it's a family member or anything. If my child want to come home, they're gonna come home, because even family can be malicious and hurt, be a little envious. You can't. If my child is uncomfortable and want to come home, you damn Skippy, I'm finna drop what I'm doing and you're gonna come home. I'm gonna get you home. And so, yeah.
No, this is a different, and then, he was, just the stories that he would say, he would tell me about his friends at their household. I would tell him, like, you gotta look for this and look for that. If you don't feel, the one thing that I always tell him, if you have a gut feeling,
trust it.
Don't think that it's a stomach ache or you're like,
or that you're tripping.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're overthinking something. You trust that gut.
Yeah. Like, whenever he was in town one time, he went to see a friend, and his friend asked him, can you come and watch me while I do something, whatever. And I'm like, I don't think that's a great idea. And he's like, he's just a friend. He goes, I'm just going to watch him and I'm going to leave, Mom, I promise. And he, and I was like, I need you to know that if something is out of balance when you're there, or you see something that's not, I need you just to go. Don't care about that person. I need you to just go for your own protection. And he came home and said everything. And he's like, it went good. He's like, I'm just ready. I'm just glad to be home. He's like, that's something I don't want to ever see or do. He's like, it doesn't even mean anything. I'm like, so if you want to say more about it, you can, you can tell me. He's like, yeah. But I think he knows. Just like when he went to California for spring break last year. I was like, are you sure you don't know these people? He's like, it's a friend, it's his parents, they're really nice and everything. I'm like, okay. But the people that were in the car with him was what Shemai was concerned.
Yeah.
Because they were in his car. But, that's just a parent. I think we're always going to worry no matter what.
It's like I can't help, like, listening to this, it's like I can't help but think about my stepbrother. Yesterday was the 1 year anniversary, and it was just of his death, of his murder. I'm not gonna, cause he was murdered, so I'm not gonna make it out like it was just, and it's that gut feeling, his I found myself getting emotional, but like his mom had a gut feeling, and I know genuinely he had a gut feeling before he left, but just to think, that it wouldn't be that you're with someone safe, that's supposed to be a friend.
And it was just what I'm saying, it was a friend who did this.
Well, it's not so much I can say with there being an ongoing trial right now, but it's just like, you left with a friend, somebody you thought that you could trust and protect you, and then you never come back home, so it's just like, another reminder again, like, trust that gut feeling, and don't give someone a benefit of the doubt, because you can be losing your life, you can be fighting for your life. It's like no telling what it could be. Like, that is something that has been put in us for a reason, to protect us. I think it's another way to shield us. And we have to start trusting ourselves. I think that goes back to our self-pleasure. When you take the time to get in tune with yourself and love yourself, then you start trusting that gut feeling more. You don't question it or doubt it, because you know who you are. You're sure in who you are because you love you put in the work, you've healed. And so now you're more grounded. And you're able to be like, no, this doesn't feel right. And my body is on my side. It aids me. It protects me. And, that's what we got to realize. Our body protects us more than just health-wise. It protects you. You get that eerie feeling when something is not right for you so that you won't be there. Like, that is a sensor that was put in us for a reason. And you out of tune, when you're not in alignment with your body and doing that, you won't listen. You'll question it. You'll think that it's something crazy in your head. You're overthinking and you conjure. No, this is coming about for a reason.
Yeah, it's exactly. I always told him too, whenever he meets someone, because every time, like I to this day, I still say girls are tricky. There's some girls out there who are manipulated. They want to. It's a trap. So when he would tell me, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go meet this girl. She wants me to go pick her up from her place. First of all, no. Because it can be used as you're walking into her place, nobody's there, it's her word against yours. So you're gonna meeting in public. You tell her to meet you somewhere, but you meet where there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's like there's too many stories where girls bring a guy in, and these guys
just run in and end up doing something. That happened to my homeboy, got murdered.
Yeah.
The same way. Some girls set him up.
Yeah, like a girl I went to school with, her son met a girl. and it was in the newspaper, and they even interviewed him and everything. He met a girl. They were cool with each other. They became friendly with each other. She called him and said, "Hey, why don't you come over? I got that phone that you wanted." He goes over to meet the friend. To meet that girl, when he got into the apartment, these guys put a bag over his head, threw him in the car, and they kidnapped him. He got away from it because he jumped out of the car on the highway. And because he jumped out of the car to the highway, somebody picked him up. He still had the thing over his head. This is not far away from Dallas.
Wow.
They got him, and they showed him in the picture and everything. That I was just surprised that it was a friend that I went to school with.
Yeah.
I went to school with. And it turned out he had said it was a girl that I knew. We've been friends. We just met. We've been friends for maybe a month, 2 months. She had a phone saying this. Like, I don't know who those guys were. And so they put a search for those people, and they found him in Arizona. They were running away to Arizona,
wow.
and they found them. But again, that's what I was telling my son. It's like, you never know, just because you're friends for a month, 2 months, 3 months. You never know. No matter if you're a male or a female, you've always got to watch your back. Just like us, even when we go out. Just like when that guy was like, "Hey, I need an Uber. Where's your Uber light?"
I was like, "I don't see your Uber light.
How are you going to charge us?
Uber just be right here."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wait," and he really was trying to get us in the car. Like, he would not stop talking.
I was like, "Get away from the car. Don't talk to him."
I thought I was walking by. I was a little tipsy, but I was not getting in that car because I was the main one that was like, no, I just wanted to call him out and be like, I was saying it out loud so other people can hear in case he would try to get somebody else. So I had my strategy. That's why I was saying, I'm like, where is this? Why is this? No, Uber, you don't just sit here and wait. This ain't no taxi service.
Yeah, like how are you going to get paid?
I was like, how do you even see your profile to know that you are an Uber driver?
Yeah.
I was like, no. I'm not.
So it's everywhere. It's everywhere that we got to be. And I had told Finny about that. Finny's like, "Man, y'all need to be careful out there, girls." And it's like, I was like, it can happen to guys too. I go, no telling if he was just a psycho and a guy got in the car and he did something to these guys. It doesn't matter if we're females or males. If a psycho is a psycho.
Yeah, seriously.
If they have an agenda, they have that agenda no matter who you are. So I think everyone has to watch out. I fear for my son.
Time. It was me and my mom and her friend Tay. We went to Atlanta, and we ended up, a guy was in the Underground Mall, I think that's what it was called, and this guy stopped and wanted to talk to me, and they took us to this sushi spot, and so we hung out with them, but they was forced, they did not want to leave. And I remember it was at the gas station, I was like, I just got a bad feeling, all of a sudden something just y'all need to get away from them. Something is not right. And the dude jumped in the car with us and was trying to make us go to he was not wanting to get out the car. And I was like, I was like, no, y'all, we need to go. I told them, I was like, something in me is saying we need to go. And we had been drinking, eating, and everything. Not only did we leave, we got on the road and left. And it was at 9 o'clock at night, left from Atlanta at 9 o'clock and drove all the way straight to Texas. But it was we needed to go, we was covered and protected to make that drive. I still get an eerie feeling from them. I feel like we spared our lives that day. I don't know what they planned on doing, but it was just too aggressive. And it was just invasive. He was all in our spaces. He was so adamant about trying to get us to this certain spot. And it was just weird. I'm like, let's get on the highway right now. Because I think our rooms were up, so we was initially supposed to be leaving that day anyway. We was prolonging. It was well, maybe we'll get a room for extra. And I was like, no. Yeah. We need to leave. Something is saying get out of here.
It's just scary. There's guy I saw on his TikTok stories talking about his friend. That his friend told him, hey man, I'm going to this place. I met a girl. I'm going to go meet her. He goes, I'm going to fly over into town. And that guy he goes, I told him, man, why are you going to go meet a girl, over in this area? He goes, well, this is where I'm going to be at, He goes, he thought Shawnee's location with me would be something safe. He goes, I Google the location. That Google location is not something you want to be. And he said that, he goes, I told him you need to watch out. He goes, just do this for me once. Do it for me once. And that guy said, okay, what? He goes, before you go there to that house, call her and say, hey, I'm 5 minutes away. He goes, but park. Be there already, but park. So I'm 5 minutes away and see what happens. He's okay, man, I got you. I'll do that. So his friend did that. As soon as his friend did that, these guys in face masks, got into that apartment that he was going to go into.
Wow.
And he called his friend. He said, man, you never believe this. He goes, I'm leaving. He goes, five guys just walked into that room where the apartment that I'm supposed to go into with ski masks.
Wow.
He goes, I'm jetting. It was a dude. And then another guy said the same story. He goes, man, and he went to the apartment. He goes, this is where I'm supposed to come meet this girl.
Yeah.
He goes, and she said she lived in a luxury apartment. This don't look, it was in the bad side of town. Like the gates were not even on no more. They were just sitting next to the building.
Oh damn! Like
yeah.
they wasn't off
they
the
were
rails.
They were off the rails.
I thought you meant like they wasn't on, like wasn't operating.
No, they were not
like
on
the gate
the rails.
was just open, but the hose was off the rails. Okay.
And he said that he was supposed to meet a girl, and then because he had heard her story about, and he was talking about the story about that guy and that told his friend, he said he did the same thing. He said because it was already out of character. Like, okay, why am I at this place whenever it's supposed to be this beautiful place that she had said it was going to be at? He was beautiful girl and everything.
That was the one.
And he did the same thing. He said when he did the same thing, he was two guys drove up, and he goes they were big guys. He goes they went into the apartment. They went up the stairs from the apartment. He goes I jet, and that girl kept on calling because I didn't answer the phone. I got back to my room, got my stuff, and flew back to my place. And I'm like. So it doesn't matter if you're a girl.
It doesn't matter the gender.
Yeah.
Like we all gotta be safe. No one is,
Be safe out there. I think this is good. That this is a good topic because it's like a warning for people. Yes. Watch your backs. It's happening too much, too soon. Back to back. Like when you told me about this, and I'm like, oh my god, I just heard the story about this, and then just thinking about how many times. It's been happening to guys lately too.
Yeah.
I mean, like guys, really, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy.
It's so sad and it's so unfortunate. So you guys, be cautious. Always embrace the gut. That's another reason why, like I said, get in tune with yourself so you can trust that feeling when it does come because it's sit there for a reason. We have that sensor for a reason. It's one of our shields. It's one of our protectors. It's something to protect us that's already in us, but you won't even know or accept it if you're not in tune and trusting yourself.
Yeah.
So that is my tip to give. Be cautious. Pay attention to what's going on and trust that fucking gut. The gut doesn't lie.
Yeah. And let other people know around you what's going on. Leave breadcrumbs.
No.
Show pictures.
Don't ever
you're
think
at.
you're just so grown.
Yeah, you're never.
And you don't have to check
grown.
in. Don't even look at it as you checking in like this is my ally.
Yeah.
That's literally how like you have my location.
Yeah.
And I done said to your ass.
I gave you my location.
Let me check.
It's not on right now.
Exactly.
I just gave it. I need to give it to you.
It should be if, and I was like, I don't know if because you're married, you think I don't need to know your location.
I just don't want to pay attention because I don't go
I get
nowhere.
you need to know my location because I'm the single friend.
Because you go out. I don't go out.
You are moving around all the time.
This is true. I have been moving around lately.
You don't even have to be going out. It's just
I
like
have
if
been
anything
moving
happens. Like today, I'm
You're
like,
right.
damn, you told me you'll be done with your hair pump around 2:30 or 3.
Yeah,
It's
you
almost
did.
4 o'clock. And then you didn't respond, and I'm like, she done had wine. Like, are you okay?
I thought about that whenever I was looking at it. It's like I was like, how long have I been here? She's like, maybe like in 2.5 hours. I'm like, that sounds about right for my hair. She's like, Corey's like, my friend's looking for me. I go, she's down the street. I go, I told her I was gonna be back. She's like, did she not know your hair got a long hair? I do have long hair. I go, it's just because I told her I'll be back around a certain time.
And then
you did check up on me. Yeah.
And so I'm like, and then I'm like, okay, this is so not like her. And I kept saying to her, I'm like, I don't know why Rebecca is not responding.
Yeah.
I mean, she said she'll be done at this time. She should be wrapping it up.
Yeah.
I don't know why she's not responding to me. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking,
You're
does she
right.
have the wine? Because she had an accident. Like, my mind was just starting to wonder.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't even have to be. You don't have to just be cautious just because you're clubbing. It's just moving around,
right.
period, in life. Anything can happen. And
you know, Finn said the same thing to me. He's like, why don't you give him a location? And I have been giving it when I'm out. And he's like, where are you at? And I'm like, oh, let me give you this. But I only do it because I'm going somewhere and my phone may die because my charger on my phone don't charge my phone very well. But I really am clueless on that part. On my part, like I can tell other people, but I don't think it can happen. I know. I'll do better.
Get it together, Lola. Get it together.
I will. Okay. I need to give you an Finn because if something was to happen, I need both of y'all to be able to communicate.
Like, okay, because one thing is, because the first person I know Fendi is going to contact is me. Because he going to know.
And he did that last time.
Yes. And I was like, oh, Fendi is calling me. What is going on?
Yeah, I remember
this
that.
does not happen.
He's
so
like, you didn't answer your phone.
We already know who to go to.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes.
I'll do better. I said it right here, I'll do better. I'll do better.
Well, y'all know what time it is. I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yeah, me too.
We have to get a little serious sometimes because we want to protect our tribe. We want to look out for our strippers. So you can keep being fucking great and fabulous while being naked.
Naked is nice.
Naked is nice. It's nice.
Comfortable. Breathe. Let your whole body breathe.
Let it breathe, honey. Let it breathe. But you know what time it is? It's for our striptease segment for our first time tuners. Is that how we say it?
Yeah.
What we do is at the end of every episode, we're gonna have different cards, but right now we popping it off with these since we haven't.
That's all we have left on that deck.
So yeah, we've been removing the cards as we go. I thought this was. I was like, it's getting thinner and thinner.
Yeah.
But it is another podcast that we really enjoy, and their podcast is called Tonight's Conversations, and they have like four to six card games. And this one that we have is the Sexy 69 After Dark questions. And so what we do is you pull a card. When we have a stripper here, they'll pull a card and you have to answer. If you don't answer, you have to remove an article off of your body, whether it's hat, earrings, clothing, or whatever. Come prepared wearing layers, strippers, if you ever
And
guess.
if you want the full gist of this card game, you have to follow us on Patreon.
We have to, because some things, we're going to have to get it, we can't put everything out here because, honey, we got family and stuff watching. So, yeah, we got the extra. Also, we're going to put it out there. We are going to start doing lives. We're going to start going live on our Instagram. If you are not following us on Instagram, hop on that bitch. It's either going to be on Instagram or YouTube. We probably do both because you can go live on YouTube now.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go live to where you can do a Q&A with us about anything, any questions, any advice, any tips, sex, life, careers,
talk,
parenthood, whatever. This is so we can connect with you guys more. We don't always want to just be blabbing. We want to hear back from you guys and see what you want to talk about. So we will start doing Q&A.
I'm excited for that.
That is going to be fun. We actually got a lot of fun stuff in store for you guys. Stick it out with us. The more you stick it out, the better and juicier the shit gets. You pull 3 first, I pull. You want to cut?
Okay.
I just cut.
No, I saw you cut. I'll just grab 3.
Okay.
our live. Okay, so I'll ask first. I think we've done this one.
I don't know. Good one. Okay. Do you think it's okay to fantasize about other people during sex with your significant other? Why or why not?
I don't know.
That is juicy. I like the tea on
I don't
that
know
one.
if it's fantasizing of a person I know.
It didn't specify.
Okay, then.
Is it okay to fantasize about other people during sex with your spouse?
I mean, I don't know. Because I think if you're in the freaky kind of a sex thing, that as long as you know there's not even feelings for that whoever you're imagining. I mean, I would say no. But
that it's not okay, or know that it is okay, or know that it's not wrong, or
it's not wrong, but it's not right.
It just depends on what type of fantasy and who you fantasizing about.
I think so. That's what it is.
I personally do not
Because
see
how are we
myself
gonna know?
fantasizing about somebody else if I'm happy and into you.
Yeah.
I have been in a situation where I was toughing it out in a relationship when I was fucking done, and I would be fantasizing about somebody else
but
because
that's
I
where
couldn't
think
get
that's
off
where-
anymore.
I think that's where it comes into that part.
Yeah.
Whenever you're just not into it, then you're like, okay, well, if
I'm just doing this to
imagining-
appease
yeah,
you,
that's
to
what I
keep
think
it,
where it's at.
keep it going, but I don't even, I'm not even turned on
Yeah.
it as a desert down there. The shit is dry. So I gotta think of something to make this pleasant so I can give you something back to make this shit quick.
Yeah, not if we think everything's
Yeah.
perfect and then he's thinking of someone, I'm thinking of someone.
Yeah,
That's where I
don't
think
see
it's wrong.
myself being able to do that.
But I think it's whenever you're just like not there with it anymore and you're just like, oh, shit, I'm just.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even,
then
I
you
don't, yeah, I don't
I
even.
think that's, yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Okay, here you go again.
What's your biggest sexual turn off and why?
Oh, damn, what is it? What is your biggest sexual turn off? Nutting quick. And I like somebody that is like, don't just be a rabbit fucker.
Yeah.
Like
you hit it and quit it kind of
I'm
shit.
like, I had a guy that was a rabbit fucker, and I was like, this is so terrible. Like,
Yeah.
I hate this. And then I am
It hurts.
Yeah, it
Like,
doesn't
it
feel
doesn't
good.
feel good to
I'm
get
like, what?
pounded.
Like, what make you think that this is working?
Yeah,
Like,
right?
this is pleasure. sure.
When you're like this, like you just want to like kick them off. I'm kicked off. Get off of me. Like, I'm not doing this.
I just had a thought of one that is very a turn off for me because one of my coworkers have been asking, I don't know where his mind been at. He's a weird. He's so funny. Don't fucking spit on me. I don't,
Oh, no, I don't like that either.
Like, spit on
no. Like, there's lube.
Don't fucking
That's
spit
gross.
on me. That turns me off.
Yeah.
Like, don't even drop your, don't spit
just
on
make me think about
me.
his guts.
Like, I don't, that is it. That is it. Do not spit on me. Don't. And let it drop on me. I'm not turned on by that at all. I would rather you just lick it again. Do not spit on me. Lick your fingers, but do not spit on me because I just feel like you just put germs all on my coochie. I know it seems so weird because you slop, but it's like a different type of saliva. Don't spit on me, motherfucker.
Yeah, because almost like a loogie.
I'm gonna kind of want to hit you.
Girl, I'll be nicking.
Like,
your face is right there. I'm gonna kick you in your face.
I'm gonna like get you right here and karate chop you in the neck.
We got violent right now. We got violent.
That's okay. Like, did you just spit on me?
Shit, he's bare right there. It got pulled. I can kick it right there and there.
Right.
I'll pull it.
I think
you gotta do what? Like, no, that's just the most disgusting
I think that is so
thing
disrespectful.
That's what I don't like
Turn
whenever.
on. That is so nasty to me. That's it.
That's what I don't like whenever they try to, like, back then, when they probably, like, put their tongue in the ear. Like, don't do that. It's like a wet willy.
Yeah, don't come up in here anyway.
Like, I don't mind. What gets me, I like when they're nibbled on my ear.
Yeah,
or, like, when they bite the ear.
I don't know if I can even
But whenever you're trying to stick your tongue, I mean, that's my husband. He don't do it, so that's all I sleep with. So I don't know why I say people. I guess before.
What is yours? Is it the same thing or something else?
Wet willy.
Oh, the wet willy and the ear.
Wet willy and the
like,
spitty. You know what turns me off though? You know what turns me off though?
What?
Okay, this is before I got married.
You're ready.
Before I got married. When they're done, how was it?
Oh.
Did you
when
do
you have to ask,
do it right?
When
did you like it? Do you think I'm big? Like, I don't want to do it no more.
He's like, I don't want to do it no more. So, but I gotta get interviewed after this. Like,
we're
why?
like in the middle. Does it feel? Don't ask me to feel good. I'll let you know if I feel good.
This is going to let you know.
Yeah.
If it
I don't like
good.
that. I don't like that.
I agree, girlfriend.
I'm not trying to give no report.
Okay, I agree on that, honey. How would you best describe the feeling you get when you have an orgasm?
Oh man, I felt that many times. It's like an energy.
Lucky you,
It's like a sensation that there's no words to describe it other than your eyes rolling back in your head and you're shaking. When you're shaking and you're done doing it, but your legs are still shaking, that I cannot explain. Like I have a lot where I'm like, I can't. I've told my husband, it's like my legs are still shaking.
Oh yeah, I've had like
and
shakes.
He's like, really? And he knows not to ask, well, like, good. He knows not to ask that. Just my leg is shaking, and then
that's confirmation that the shit was good.
But even in the middle of it, when I'm gonna reach it, I make sure he gets
when you're reaching it.
Oh man, like thousands of butterflies nibbling on the clit or something.
I don't know if I've had an orgasm before.
Oh, I had. And then
we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, like I'll put him close. Like I'm like getting closer and I hold him in and I don't let him go. And
I know it's like. Okay, maybe I have had an orgasm, but it's not as orgasmic as I thought it was.
Oh, mine is, and it's like where I can actually tilt arch my back and tilt my head. It's the kind of shit. That's when I know it's hitting. I'm like, I love it. I love the feeling of having orgasms. And that's so if it's a fake one, you don't see the back arching or my neck bending back or
shaking
or nothing. You know it's a fake.
It's a fake.
Like
fake.
It's good. No,
it's a fugazi. Okay.
How about you?
Oh, you gotta ask me next time.
What's that orgasm? This one.
Okay, I don't know. I think forever I was like, I've never had an orgasm before. Like, forever in a day. And then I think I have. I mean, people are like, are you just having sex for the hell of it thing if you never had an orgasm? But sex feels good, but I don't know if I really just had an orgasm.
Oh, I do.
If I did,
I
it
can
wasn't
tell.
nothing real big. I mean, I've squirted, I've had like, so maybe it just felt like a release and
Yeah.
like a clenching, like a kind
It's
of
an
tense
exciting,
up,
like a tickle
it's like
or
it's
something.
like yes, it feels like a release but a clench
Yeah.
at the same time
Yeah.
type of thing. It feels
It feels awesome.
okay.
It feels
It's
awesome.
like it feels good. Okay, your last card. Do you like to give or receive facials?
No.
No what?
No.
Not
I don't
at all. You don't like to give.
I don't like his cum on my face. You know what? I've paid money to get other shit on my face.
They say it clears up your skin.
I've heard that it does, but I just can't. Like,
What about
drain
you
your
giving
snake. No, I can't either. It's like, I mean, his face is down there, right? Why not? But it's not like I'm gonna like stay right there,
it?
there.
Come up.
Yeah.
You ready for him to come up
Yeah.
and finna do that?
But he don't. He's slick.
Like he don't.
He don't.
He stay down there.
He stay down
He
there.
don't.
Yeah, no, I don't like it on my face. Never have. I know girls who do like it on their face. I'm like, what? Why? They're like, it's actually cleared up my skin. It's like, shut up. They're like, it does.
I
And
don't
I'm
know
like,
if it really clears
I was
up my
like,
skin.
I go, what are they? There's stuff that they're eating. It goes
Yeah, like-
in like,
Yeah.
I
I don't know if it really cleared up my skin.
This didn't tie the skin. I was like, well, duh.
This makes sense now. It all makes sense now. I'm joking. I haven't had a facial in a long time. I don't know why.
Do you like it?
I don't mind it because I don't want it in my mouth. Like, I'm not a swallower. So
I'm okay with it on my body.
yeah, I'm not a swallower. I like to be real nasty when I give head. I like to be like a porn star. So I want to rub it and like,
Yeah.
so it is about
I don't mind.
But I don't want you to
swallowing.
just shoot me in the face,
Yeah,
in my
like,
eye.
shoot your eye out,
like
kid.
I will, but I don't like this. I don't like. I've done it, and it depends. Like again, the guy's diet, y'all fucking cum tastes
It's a diet,
different.
yeah.
Like what you eat and what you drink. I'm like one guy, you drink sodas all the time. You barely eat any vegetables. You're a meat eater, and you wanted me to swallow, and every time I would be
Yeah.
gagging. And because it's nasty, I'm holding them in my mouth longer and I had to take a big swallow. So diet is essential. Just like y'all talk about us girls need to eat pineapples and stuff like that, fellas. Y'all need to do the same thing. So because of that, I'm not really a big, I would rather you put it on my face and I like giving facials. So like this one guy, he was really good at making me squirt and he wanted me to squirt in his face. That turned me on so much. Like I'm getting excited. I was like, he nasty. He want all of me. I love it. Yes, Daddy.
I can do it on the body, and I can swallow. I haven't swallowed lately because there's some diet issues. But I can have it on the body. I just don't. I've never had the face because I think they always shot it away.
So anal and OCD about your face
I
and your
am.
skincare. I got a video of us naked in the bathroom at 5:00 in the morning, and she's still doing all of her skincare regimen.
You got a video?
Remember, I was like, so we're here.
Oh yeah,
naked
that's
truth.
right. That's right.
And here's Rebecca scrubbing her face at 5 in the morning.
I think it is just anal about that. I mean, anal.
We know how you like the anal.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm not the. Don't give me a facial with your stuff.
I like giving it and I don't mind it. I think I want it to be like, I will probably let it start in my mouth so it won't squirt me in the face and then we can just go ahead and go from there. And I like giving it because it makes me feel like if the guy just so into me, he want all of me in his mouth, and especially if you got a beard and you cannot see me on your face. I'm like, yes, he did such a good job.
He likes it on him. Like he won't. If I'm going, like I'm exploding, he doesn't want to move. He keeps me right there on his face.
Yes.
But on my thing,
like
it's
that
more
too.
he'll do it on like my back or my body, or on my area. Like he likes it more on there. He likes to like rub it everywhere, and I'm like, sticky. But other than that,
I was like, oh my gosh, like my ex, it would just be like, he could come and like immediately go right back in, like but still be hard, and I'd be like, is the nut going in me still? Because you just pulled out a little bit and then went right back in. Oh my god. But anyways.
I was definitely a little bit more about us, didn't they? It's okay. That's why y'all.
So we answered all this shit. We some badass strippers. Stripper
That just
Naomi
tells you
showed out.
that
I
we're
wasn't
not
being shy this
we're not
time.
shy at all on this.
We're getting a little bit more bolder.
We are getting bolder.
With our naked truth. Well, you guys, so this is the end. We are not taking a shot again. Shoot it up to the air. But we thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Sticking with us. Keep hanging. And you can always comment below any topic ideas you have, any questions. If you have any Q&A, we are going to start submitting our email link so that you can send us emails if you have any questions, any topics that you'd like to discuss with us. Engage with us. This is an open conversation. Yeah. Even though you see us talking, it's not just about us. It's about y'all too, our tribe. We're doing this for y'all, not for us. So
be open. There's no
open.
judgment here.
Please
you can tell we
yes.
are very open. So just be open with us.
Strip down with us. We are not going to judge at all. All right. We love y'all so much. And happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family. Enjoy life. Be thankful and cherish your loved ones. And we will see y'all after the holidays, baby. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.